Hello everyone! Harold and I are just enjoying being out in the garden. It's a lovely day today. You alright, Harold? Say hello to everyone. What's the matter? Are you feeling a little bit sad? Why are you feeling a little bit sad, Harold? You really miss all the children? I really miss them too. What do you think would cheer you up? You would like to read a story? Okay, that sounds like a good idea. Would you like to pick one? Pick one that you think everyone will enjoy. Oh, what have you gone for? Cinderella? That's a great choice, Harold. Do you want to sit here on my lap and I'll read the story to everyone? We've got Cinderella today. Not all stepmothers were wicked, but dear oh dear, Cinderella's was very, very bad. From morning till night she made Cinderella cook and carry, clean and scrub. Cinderella even had to look after her horrible stepsisters. Every day her stepmother would screech, "Hurry up, you wretched girl! I want my lunch and I want it now." At night, Cinderella had to sleep on the floor by the fire among the cinders and the ashes. Doesn't look very comfortable, does it? Then, one morning, an invitation arrived. His Royal Highness Prince Charming invites the ladies of the house to his royal ball. Of course Cinderella can't go, sneered her horrible stepmother. She's just a servant. On the night of the ball, Cinderella stood alone in the kitchen, tears sliding down her cheeks. "I want to go to the ball," she wept. "And so you shall," said a musical voice. "Don't be afraid, I'm your fairy godmother." "Really? Truly?" gasped Cinderella. "You have my fairy promise," said her godmother. "But first, I need a pumpkin." Cinderella ran to the garden and picked the biggest pumpkin that she could find. The fairy tapped it with her wand. The pumpkin grew up and got bigger and bigger and rounder, then bang! "A golden coach to whisk you to the ball," smiled the fairy godmother. Wow, that looks amazing, doesn't it? Spell followed magical spell. 6 white mice became 6 proud horses, tossing their silky manes. A fat rat turned into a whiskery coachman. 6 lizards were transformed into footmen dressed in glittering green. Last of all came a ball gown, golden yellow and laced with flowers. "Oh, thank you," said Cinderella. On her feet were a pair of glass slippers, the prettiest she'd ever seen. "Just remember," said her godmother, "you must leave before the clock strikes midnight, for then my magic will start to fade." At the royal palace, Cinderella swept into a splendid ballroom. "Will you dance with me?" asked the prince. As they twirled and spun, a whisper followed them around the room. "Who is that beautiful girl?" "She must be a princess," moaned Cinderella's stepsister. "But I'm sure the prince would much rather dance with me." Cinderella wished the dance could last forever, but all too soon the clock struck midnight. "I must go," she cried. As she dashed down the palace steps, her dress turned back to rags. Her carriage was a pumpkin and her coachman was a rat. The prince ran after her. All that was left was a glass slipper sparkling on the steps. Cinderella ran home beneath the starry sky. She kept her adventure secret, and that night she slept with a big smile on her face. The prince longed to find the mystery girl who had danced herself into his dreams. He searched the land with the glass slipper, declaring, "I'll marry the girl who fits this shoe." At last he came to Cinderella's house. "It will fit me," screeched her stepsisters, snatching the shoe. They squeezed and squashed and squirmed, then screamed. No matter what they did, they couldn't get the shoe to fit. "May I try it on?" said Cinderella, coming quietly into the room. "No," snapped her stepmother, but it was too late. Cinderella had put on the shoe, and it was a perfect fit. The room sparkled with stars. Cinderella's ragged clothes turned into gold. She was dressed in her ball gown once more. Her stepmother looked on, aghast. "At last," cried the prince, "I've found you." They were married the very next day. Everyone was invited to the wedding, even the stepmother and her horrible daughters. Cinderella had such a kind heart that she forgave her family, and she and the prince lived happily ever after. There were a lot of interesting characters in that story, weren't there? And we've been doing about writing letters and postcards recently. So I wonder if you could imagine that you're Cinderella and write a letter or a postcard to your fairy godmother. Imagine how you'd feel if you were Cinderella and you had to do all that cleaning all day long and your family were really mean to you. Think about how you'd feel and write a little letter to your fairy godmother. What would you want your fairy godmother to do? What sort of things would you ask for? And then maybe you could draw a lovely picture to go with that, to go with your little postcard or letter. I hope you enjoyed the story.